कुछ समय पश्चात प्रयास करें. The person you're calling is not answering. Please try later.
Sir is still trying. Just I know it's quite difficult for all of you to please waiting. Just hold on. I'm again trying to connect. Thank you all for your support. Yeah, I know you all are waiting. So it happens when everyone is actually waiting so that the things can work out. Uh, I think there might be a serious issue, sir. A laptop was actually got shut down, and he is again trying to again restart on it. Thank you. Yes, sir. Please go on, sir. Please go on. Yeah, we are trying. Actually, what is happening is sir's laptop is not suddenly got shut down, and he is actually struggling a lot. He has picked my call, and he is actually trying that we should get connected very quickly, because the intention is that sir has already have served. He has actually taken long way. He was about to go to Bangalore for one of the trip, but sir said that I will surely join and complete. It happens. It's happened. It's a technical glitch, and that is what something where we have to. Yes. I'm actually expecting. I request again, all of you, please, can you all just uh, sir joined? I'm just waiting. Okay, no. Yeah, please. Yeah, thank you, Santosh sir. Thank you very much. I know that this is what something we have to make sure कि our network and our things are getting more smoother. So it's the biggest responsibility on almost everyone's shoulder, including a cybersecurity expert or even a cloud security to provide an instant. And most importantly, why we are all much relying only on our desktops or our systems. We have to search on it. So that is what something a beauty where we learn every time. So Santosh sir, it's your stage. Thank you and welcome back. So guys, those who were not able to join because of the our limit, I am already shared the YouTube link where you can go and get the benefit of it. I request all of you to please join on the YouTube or share the link with your friends. I'm already sharing in the chat box so that you all can take a benefit. Hello. Yes, sir. Clear. Clear. It's a request, sir. Can you make it full screen? Thank you. That is F. Press slide share so that it can cover all the part. No, we are able to see the screen. If you could make it slide share, na, it will be covering entire portion of the area. Not yet. Please reshare it. Now it's okay. Yeah, yeah. Not yet. Please reshare it.
do by using network programmability related key configuration, and it will help us to manual configuration and auto configuration. If you see this diagram, this is one of the well designed diagram. It will give you the idea where we can able to inject this network programmability related APIs. This, if you assume this is a branch office, because if you have one ICICI Bank itself, they are having many branch, but they are always depending on local server along with distributed server. Now this branch office, they are having number of users, because it's a localized users, what we call this localized users. They are going to access the data, they are going to send and receive the data by using different kind of PIH failover switches, and it will tune with the router, and the router will integrate with the network. And the same way, the home office and primary data center and catalyst with the firewall module. Please be check here. In this case scenario, I was mentioned two routers. I was mentioning here two routers. Just a second. Okay, so here I was mentioned in this two routers, router 1 and router 2, and IDS, introduction detection system. This I was integrated with one firewall. So here, this is the main area where we can able to work. As a cybersecurity expert, so instead of depending on external tool, we must design one own API. That API we need to be inject on this catalyst with the firewall. Catalyst means it will injected with thousands of rules. So according to our rules, the firewall can play the major role. Now this integration, it must follow, it must prepared by using network programmability. And coming to other benefits of network programmability, we all know we can able to save time and money, and we can able to customize easily, and we can able to reduce human error, and we can able to go with for further innovations. And here all benefits I was integrated in this.
Hello,
And
sir.
lately,
Sir, we are not able to listen. Sir,
yes, please.
Dr. Ajay sir, mic is muted.
No, sir, your audio is clear. Hello?
Sir,
Sorry to
Ajay sir,
interrupt you. Ajay sir, please unmute yourself.
Hello.
All the participants, it is requested to all please unmute yourself, including Ajay sir, please.
okay,
Now it's
fine.
fine.
Yeah. So now to continue further, actually this before I'm moving further, just I will give you the glance regarding history of network programmability, because in this is more required to take you towards to cybersecurity. In 1990s, what we designed, we completely depends upon simple network management protocol. So this is a single protocol. This is a single protocol. It is having only limited options, limited configuration settings. To avoid this issue, in 2010, we the developers there designed software-defined networking. We will be call it as SDN. Now, from that day onwards, SDN as a play the major role. It have the self integration. It have the self uh, this configuration process and self decision making process. But along with SDN, again we need to be inject, because if I'm having my own enterprise, then I cannot depend upon the standard rules whichever it has already integrated in SDN. What I will do along with SDN rules, I can able to inject my own enterprise rules according to my devices, according to my backup servers, according to my web applications. Then I can able to integrate my own rules. Then only these rules, it will help us to filter all in and out data, and it will help us to restrict external third party users. Those things we easily integrate in SDN. Just these two key scenarios I was mentioning in the introduction of network programmability, but there are some other histories are there which you just can able to refer by your own. And going further, what are the different methods of network programmability? So, dear all learners, this slide is more important, because here I can able to give you the glance different methods. We can able to use any one of the methods. Really, if you want to be settled as a expert in cybersecurity, person, then you must go any one of this. And if you are interested, you can able to go with multiple fields. But my suggestion is you can able to choose any one of it. If you are expertise in that, you can work on it, and you can able to combine your methods with other methods also. In general, these methods it will be vary according to enterprise, because in the commercial system we can able to use different methods. In government defense sector we can able to use different methods. So it's very depends upon enterprise to enterprise, organizations to organization. But for giving one idea, just I was articulated four methods here. The first method, command line interface, is the generalized method. We will be call it as CLI. In this CLI, what we can do, we can able to integrate by using Linux. Linux means nowadays we are using Red Hat Linux server. This Red Hat Linux server, what we can do, especially we can able to inject the rule, we can able to design this environment in the CLI mode, and this it will help us to integrate secure shells. So you all know secure shell is one of well-defined tool environment. It will help us to automate the process, automation of configuration and automation of managing all hardware devices which connected towards to enterprise, towards to third-party devices. Again, it will help us to configure in different kind of commands. For understanding, I was mentioning few examples related to each method. And coming to SDN, software defined network, this it will allow the administrators. And because here through the SDN we are injecting standard rules, we are injecting our own specific rules, because we are expecting to avoid some kind of malwares. Then that malwares related behavior we can able to inject in our softwares, in our SDN. So this we can able to initiate it for further to avoid many other third-party attacks. And here in this software-defined network, I was articulated one simple example like a Cisco application-centric infrastructure. This will be called as ACI, and this is most advanced and most well-established environment, because Cisco they design their all applications by using ACI environment. And along with that, we can able to go with the network API. For example, if you want to be control your own network devices through one API, you can able to go with network APIs. It will be vary purely according to organization to organization. For understanding, here I was mentioned one API name like as Open Daylight Controller. This Open Daylight Controller is one of the best controller. This is the one of the successful controller, API controller we can pick. Then this it will have automatic configuration scenario, and along with that one more method like I said, network security automation. This is the simple method. We can able to do automation according to our LAN environment, according to our localized home related applications. Nowadays we are very much interested to integrate all our home devices with one single button. So that integration we can able to easily tune by using network security automation. Is like as home network security automation along with enterprise network security automation. So this network security automation purely depends upon firewall policies. And these are the four methods in general we are using to control all users, customers, accessibilities. We can able to control our data and in and out data filtering process. So these methods, out of four methods, you can able to first you can able to try with single method. Once if you succeed, then you can able to go with combinational methods, because enterprise they are not depending on single method. They already tune more than three methods. In general, command line interface, software defined network, network APIs. These three methods commonly blended in every enterprise. And going further, if you understand about SDN, this is one simple architecture here I was mentioned. SDN controller, it is there. SDN controller, there are two rule-based patches I was mentioned here, PCI, DB, database, and this we are calling as control environment. And this, it will help us to control all in and out data. So this, it will help us to tune with localized devices, switches and routers. And this kind of rules, SDN controller, it will design according to our business application, according to our cloud architecture. Again, I'm saying business logics are different, business applications are different, and every enterprise, every business industry, they already purchase some services from the cloud, and this business requirement and the cloud services, it must tune together, and this one kind of challenge here. And business applications and cloud architectures and servers, it must tune together, and this it will be connected with SDN, and this SDN will be control different kind of devices in the enterprise. Now, if you see here, open flow switch and open flow switch. Open flow switch means this switch, it will be connected internal people and external people. So switch and router, already we know that these two are intelligent device. It will have the self uh, key scenario to take its own decision according to our own rule. But sometimes what will happen, if you are unable to process, then the switches and routers, it must take its own decisions. So in such a case, in such a way, we need to be advised our localized connected switches and routers as a role in SDN controller. So this is generalized SDN architecture we may use in our enterprise. But this is one standard architecture. But if you see the same SDN in IBM, if you see same SDN in other companies networks, it will be looks different. Just for giving one idea for understanding SDN, here I was mentioned one diagram, and coming to other SDN transposition architecture, how SDN can able to control millions of people, because we always bother about SDN controller. SD here only we are injecting our software application, and the software application, it must control internal and external people. Here, if you observe here, all internal and external people, they were tuned with different kind of virtual machines that tuned with different kind of external networks. For understanding, here I was mentioning some simple keywords like as a REST, some kind of other commands. So some people, if they want to be configured by their own way, for example, sometimes I will give you one simple advice. If I am a customer, I purchase a service from any cloud server. In the cloud server, I was purchased data security as a server and infrastructure as a server. Then infrastructure as a service. Then this cloud service providers, they must provide some routers and some switches. Then routers, at least they must provide, and through the routers, I'm going to manage my own data. Then that routers, it is not located in our localized environment, but it is located in somewhere else in the data center. But it will must behave according to our policies, so that it will not be residing in our local area, in our localized enterprise building, but it is residing somewhere else. But even though we are controlling by using our own software applications, so that kind of external control also, it might be possible by integration network programmability with the Python. Now I'm moving further here. Okay, now coming to how these keywords, it will take us to cybersecurity. Now we can able to use different kind of languages for designing our own APIs. Then we can able to use Python. We can able to use Python supporting libraries. We can able to use netconfig and Yang, some other languages. We can able to use JavaScript. JavaScript, it is common in every, it must in every other programming languages, and Ansible and Terraform. So here, if you choosing Python, Python is mandatory for all. We must use the Python to design our API applications. Python with Python library and JavaScript. These three are more essential for us. And if you have more idea regarding these libraries and integration of JavaScript, and it will help you to design cybersecurity based API. Now, I'm moving further. Network innovation with the programmability. What innovation we can able to do with our basic programmability knowledge? I will give you one simple idea. Here, suppose sometimes if you design one API, then you are injected some rules. Then there are some standard rules. There are some supporting rules are there. These standard rules, what will happen with the standard rules? It will perform is a normal traffic detection process. Then some specialized rules. These rules, it is not telling the device to act be according to the traffic. Then you must inform your device, you must tune your device. Then that device, it should be create its own rules. Again, I'm repeating, the device, it must create its own rules according to new uncertainties in traffic. Then that kind of self creation of rules, we need to be make in our API. So that is one kind of innovation we must design in our new APIs. So if you, here I was mentioned one simple example, abnormal traffic detection. It must identify abnormal traffic detection. Then here I was mentioned in depth of what is abnormal traffic detection, like as a deep packet inspection. It must inspect each packet, because in general what we can do, we are according to IP. Till now what we are thinking, if we synchronize IP, if we synchronize MAC, just I can able to open my tab. Okay, so if we synchronize IP, MAC, if we synchronize access control rule, we can feel that that's enough for us to control all in and out data. But it's not enough. We need to be filter. We need to be inspect every packet with all other parameters. So that parameters we must filter by using some specialized innovation APIs. So that is the task. In general, we can able to design, we can able to process for further, like as a QoS policy. QoS means QoS stands for quality of service. According to the service, the packet, it should be filtered. Because A is a person, he does not have the accessibility according to his service type. Then we need to be check whether the same person, it is sending the same application based packet or not. So that we can able to integrate by using QoS policy. And there are many other. Just for giving one idea, I was mentioned few examples here. If you see here, I was mentioned one example. Now 2 Mbps and 10 Mbps. So some people, if they don't have the authority to access huge amount of data, there are many other routes are there. So we can able to integrate access control route along with new decision making rules. So this critical API, that's what this new invented API, we can call it as a critical APIs. Critical APIs. This kind of APIs we must design to avoid many other attacks. Now any attack you can able to do. So here I was mentioned one more innovation like this, combined analytics. So in the single switch, we are having the real server and honeypot, and we are having big data. We are controlling, we are processing all the data from our primary database server and the distributed database server. This data, it must tune through one router and switches. These routers, it have to integrate with the real-time server. Here, the real-time server, it will, we can able to inject our own APIs in the real-time server. Just for giving one idea, I was mentioned one key screen here. Now, future trends of network programmability. Now, this I want to explain more here. In future, what kind of innovations we are expecting? We must do in to avoid many other latest and upcoming attacks. So for that, we are going to into this kind of fields like a cybersecurity networking and 5G and Wi-Fi 6, edge computing, network slicing. There are many other trends. It is required to integrate this AI to AI communication and autonomous systems. Please, you can able to, wherever you go. For example, we are saying different words: artificial intelligence, machine learning, and network observability, network programmability, quantum network, cloud networking, blockchain networking. The areas are different. The external environment, it is different. But our motto is, as a cybersecurity expert, we must integrate auto decision making APIs. So that we can do by using Python. So here I was mentioned few more keywords. Why Python? It is more required in networking, because we all know Python itself, it is having self flexibility. It is representing more than thousands of libraries. It will help us to talk with other devices, because if you are in this case scenario, you must allow your device to talk with other third-party devices. When the devices are talking together, when the routers are talking together, or firewalls are talking together, the firewalls, it must talk on their own protocol language, like as HTTP, FTP, SMTP. There are many protocols. Here, every protocol it have its own different kind of functioning scenario. So we for that what we can do, Python is the best and easy for us to integrate all protocoling architectures together in one API. So that's what myself always I can able to suggest you go with the Python networking. Python, it's not a generalized Python, it's a Python networking. In Python networking, what we are doing, we are writing socket-based code. Socket-based code. So it's not a generalized Python. We are working to design our own Python library. It will be by itself, it will be treated as a Python API. So it must have self-integration to understand all kind of protocols. And coming to other Python networking support, there are two different kind of low-level access and high-level access. We all know now Python already it has Python 3. It already integrated. It is playing the major role in socket communication and in socket module and other internet modules. Because we saw very less amount of technology. Really, if you want to be get into networking and cybersecurity environment, it will be looks like as another world. So that is the beauty of cybersecurity and network security. If you want to be really understand network security functionality, it will take at least 3 to 4 months of time, because every device it is tuned, it has designed in such a way, it will have its own self decision making process. But we need to be make it more stronger. Now I will show you a few more things regarding this. We are domain, type, protocol, port, host name. This is the common thing, because in web application, already this Python libraries, it is controlled. Domains, type means type of communication channels, and different protocols, different ports. This port is very important. Dear all presenters here, port very important. External access control, for restricting access, external access control protocol is okay, but restricting and controlling internal and external data access controllability, you must integrate protocol with the port. In general, every enterprise, they are much priority giving towards the protocol and port control mechanism. And that's what here, if you see this slide, then domain, type, protocol, and port, it all together, it has integrated. All together is integrated. Is a standard form. First, we can able to type the domain. Then we can able to check what type of it is, and we can able to check what type of protocol it has integrated. Just a second.
I think you have a domain club.
Just a second. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Fine. Now I'm moving further. Just okay. And here I'm going to present. These are the basics. Just here I was explained to understand network programmability at Python networking. Now I'm going to show you one test case. So this test case we designed ourselves. The test case we integrated. The test case is related to integration of artificial intelligence based cross-platform API for UI and UX. We designed one API. This API we injected in cross-platform. I hope you all know cross-platform. I will tell you what is cross-platform. For example, whenever we downloading any app, that app itself, it will ask us to, give the accessibility, camera, and some other whatever the the device-based functionalities we are using in our mobile. Those the function means device-based functionalities. It is asking us to give the permission, because this we are calling as a auto permission. Once you commit, for example, without, whenever we installing WhatsApp, what we can do generally, it will ask us to share our own localized contacts. It will ask us to share with internal device accessibility, like as camera, like as battery backup, some other things. Then without that, it will not allow us to install the app. Now anyhow we are giving accessibility, we are giving permission to access our internal device. There are some apps, very good apps we can able to use, we can believe. But sometimes what will happen, when we install app, when we update, when we configure the app, at that time, there are some unwanted patches will come and sit in our mobile, means in our mobile application. Not mobile application, just I'm giving one advice. I'm considering mobile as a device. We can able to take for laptop, some other systems. And what will happen, those devices, it will allow other third-party applications, and it will bring and it will integrate in our localized device. Whenever we are updating, then there is a risk to bring unwanted apps and patches. Those unwanted apps and patches, it will observe our mobile functionality. Whenever we are opening banking sites, whenever we are opening any other personalized sites, it will create one backup process. Whatever we are doing, it will observe, and it will send the data to third party people. If the third party, we cannot believe the third party people, they can able to, there is a chance to misuse our data. Then those are the things it is happening in our generalized life. For avoiding that, what we did, we integrated our own API, artificial intelligence based API. I was created 10 cluster rules. I was created 72 sub-cluster rules. I was created more than 625 sub-cluster rules. I was correlated all this. Then I was framed one system. This is artificial intelligence based system. I will show you some screens in upcoming slide. So that artificial intelligence system based API, really it has helped us. It has avoided many attacks. We experimented this in our localized cybersecurity lab, and we have succeeded. I will show you what applications, what apps we were observed, and we were observed their behavior. We observed their in and out data. So that observation, for doing that observation, we created our own API. In general, we all know U and UX. U and UX means this is one of a new industry related technology. Every industry, they are expecting expertise people in this area. So user interface means one interface it is provided to operate our functionalities. Swiggy, for example, if you want to be order food, then you can able to use, you can able to download the app. Generally, you are ordering the food. Then that means that connectivity, providing connectivity, we can call it as interface. That app itself, we can treat it as an interface. User experience means, I hope you all experienced with this. User experience means today if I ordered some food, then within if after today, then next day, if I unable to order within 24 hours, it will advise you. It will give you some offers. On screen, it will show you some offers. So you are allowed the app, but you are not allowing that kind of ads. How you can able to avoid those ads? May the ad, it is not sent by the trusted third party. It has sent by third party of third party. So Swiggy, it's a one web application. They don't have their own restaurants. They are tied up with other restaurants. But how the data it is coming? It is coming from third party of third party industries. Then we cannot believe them. Then in such a case, sometimes there are some malwares will be injectable in that advertisements. For avoid that, we created one API. Here I was mentioned what is cross-platform, and I was mentioned third-party libraries, because you must clear what is third-party libraries and cross-platform. Actually, these third-party libraries are required for us, because whenever you are updating, whenever you want to perform your day-to-day activities, you must take some services, some hardware and software services. For that, we are depending libraries, because in our mobile, as per our mobile capacity, we cannot install entire software. when we are click on the button, what will happen? Actually, our app will be look simple. It will take not more than 20 to 40 MB of data. Hardly it will take 150 MB of data. Even though we are not expecting to use our localized data. That's what we are depending on libraries. When you click on send button, when you click on order button, immediately it will be connect with the this cross platform. In the cross platform, whatever the services it is required, it is injected in our mobile. It is helping us to process our request. Then this kind of connectivity, it may sometimes pose security risk. So it will compromise our localized environment. If it is mobile, that's fine. But if you think about the server, if you think about enterprise server and data centers, if one single malware, it will damage some thousands terabyte of data in a single second. To avoid those issues, what we did, in generally, we were tested on our mobiles. For that, what we did here, we integrated multi-authentication access constraint. Here I'm giving some major key scenarios about our research, what we done here to avoid unwanted third-party libraries. We were integrated multi-authentication access constraints. Constraint means it's like as different kind of classes. It's like as a rule-based classes. We were gone through multi-authentication access constraints. What it will help us to sanitize our web methods. Whatever the web applications apps we are using, it will sanitize. It will sanitize means it will check whether what libraries are required. Those libraries only it will help us to allow. The unwanted libraries it will restrict in third layer itself, not in our mobile, in cross-platform environment itself. And again, we were integrated end user and client-based decision-making indicators. We included many indicators. We included more than 242 indicators. It's like as a filter. So we'll call it as a filtering scenario. And we were included supporting factors also and data matrices. It has helped to make accurate decisions. In our experimental scenario, we included 5 web environments, different kind of web environments. We were integrated mobile, we integrated the third-party desktop-related environments, and also we were included different kind of mapping technique. This mapping techniques it has helped us a lot. And in this experimental scenario, we were combined 72 dependable cluster rules. Along with that, there are 10 more valid base rules, and I will show you some rules. These rules it will help you. And again, there is a one complexity we faced while we are designing our system, because our multi-authentication process it must act according to the cloud server. For doing that, we were categorized, we were classified entire entire cloud related environment in and out data into 5 groups, like as hosting as a service, privacy as a service, security as a service, information as a service, IT resources as a service. All these services we were provided with the different kind of piping process. We created 5 piping process. Every piping process it has initiated individual services. So we also included our system also tuned with cloud service type. So this also we included. And this is one key scenario where we integrated our API rules. In general, we all know we can able to install app. For installing app, we can gather some data. We can analyze the stage, design stage, and implementation stage. These are the app usage and implementation and designing stages. But if you see here in the implementation, when we are implementing the app itself, it already depending on third-party libraries. See, and without this third-party libraries, we cannot operate our functionalities. Why? Because we want to save our space in our localized device, and we don't want to install all the libraries together in our environment. That's what whenever I click on my button, whenever I operate some functionalities from my device, there itself it must connect with the third party, means third party layer. From the third party layer, this is the third party layer, this is the middle layer. In the middle layer, we will call it as a cross platform. then my operation should be touched with the cross-platform. Whatever the services it has integrated with the app that it has provided in form of library. And in the implementation stage, sometimes what will happen, that libraries it will inject wrong malwares. So here we were initialize set in install vulnerabilities, set in update vulnerabilities. When the applications are updating, when the applications are installing, at that time, all these applications, it must filter our own API, because if you assume this is the mobile, and this we are calling as a top layer, and this we are calling a third party layer. Then when I'm installing something, when I'm updating something in my mobile, then it always depending on stay residing here. Then in general, I'm injected my API in this layer. What will happen here? Then whatever the request, for example, if the mobile, whenever we installing WhatsApp, it will ask us to allow to utilize our localized device functionalities, like as sharing sharing the accessibility of contacts and camera and other things. And what we are doing here is a based on demand, based on the situation, we are allowing the concerned functioning library only, not all the libraries. So here we were made the rule. What app we are using, what kind of services are required, according to the user functionality, according to the user expected functionality, the library, it must connect correlated library patches only. It will avoid, here itself it will avoid. So any third party library, unwanted library coming, and here itself it will filter. And these two key areas we were worked on to inject our own API. And these implications of cloud providers, cloud provider platforms. This how cloud platforms it will work. Then we were integrated entire key scenario in this. We were never missed any. According to the cloud service, we were tuned our API. See here I was mentioned our apps, web app, native app, hybrid app, whatever the apps we are using. Actually, this experimental scenario purely we tested on mobile to control third-party libraries on mobile device. We are continuing our research towards to control other devices also. We never touched Mac kind of devices. We are working on it. So due to some resources, we are unable to work on Mac kind of devices. But we were experimented our proposed model on mobile devices, Android devices. We were succeeded. 95% of unwanted apps we were restricted by using our own API. And just you can take a glance on this screen. And these are few third-party dependable libraries, plugins, and patches. Here we were injected. Implementation stage, update stage, and maintenance stage. So these are the three stages. What we feel these are the complicated, sensitive stages. In these stages only, we injected our own rules. So these rules it has injected by using security analysis system. What we were named it like as a security analysis system. This system it will be analyzed third-party labs. According to that, it will take a decision. And moving further, just here we were actually for designing this app, this API, we were integrated Node.js, and we were used checkpoint device. This is the one of the most checkpoint console device, because in most of the organizations we like to see Cisco routers. Instead of Cisco routers, we were included checkpoint device. This is the one of the most updated, advanced device. Then actually, I'm the authenticated person to give the training on checkpoint console device related functionalities. Actually, this checkpoint device we were initiated with the Gyan operating system. So Gyan is one separate operating system. This operating system we were installed on checkpoint. It will work according to this operating system, and we were designed centric management supporting routing rules, and it will help us to control all routers and switches whichever we install, we synchronize in our enterprise. And this Node.js architecture we facilitated, we were used to design event-driven programming, because we need to be controlled backup server, web servers, all servers we need to be controlled. For that, we were used Node.js, and we were analyzed different kind of third-party libraries. So just here I'm giving points. Here I was mentioned few type of software apps. So entire apps I was classified into 5 groups: web-based apps, hybrid-based app, interpreted-based app, then generated-based app, then model-driven software development apps. So whatever the apps we are using in our mobile, all those apps, it may be comes any one of this category. Then I was classified into different kind of case scenario, whether how it will behave according to that I was classified. Then I was mentioned few libraries. These are the main libraries. If you assume web-based application, for web-based application, these are the libraries. These are software libraries are more required, except that there is no other libraries are required to perform the operations on this web-based app, like as a jQuery mobile, then Sancha Touch, JQ Touch, then web app. These are the few libraries. Except this library, any other library it is coming and it is trying to inject at the time of updations, at the time of installation, then our own layer of application, it will avoid there itself. We created many routes. I will show you the routes also. So this table itself, it is giving a clear idea what apps we integrated and what how it will behave and what libraries is required to allow us to to perform our day-to-day activities. And coming to integrated application environment, it's like as app type, the same I was mentioned. Here I was mentioned behavior factors. So I was mentioned here farm level. These are the few apps we were identified. These are the social media app. This is the social media app type. And whenever we are using this app type, sometimes we may this app it must work on demand third-party library, because social media, whenever we install social media app, this social media app, it will not allow us to entertain its own functionalities. Again, it will yes sir, yes sure, yes, no issue sir. So this here I was mentioned few malwares related thing. Just you can go through this. These are the rules. These are the sample rules I was mentioned. This we are calling as a correlation of cluster rules we integrated. And this we are calling as how filters we were made. There are different kind of filters. I was mentioned few filters here. And here these are we are calling as behavioral factors. I was mentioned few behavioral factors. Okay. Now in this session, I was mentioned few things. Only less amount of data I was explained. Really, if you want to know how we design, then our paper is in online. Just go through the paper, then try to understand how the artificial intelligence related rule-based integration it has done in cybersecurity. Then it will help you to understand. It will help you to grow yourself. And still we are continuing our research for further. If anyone is interested to collaborate with us, most welcome. Okay, so that's all for today's session, dear all. If you have any questions, let me know.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, please. Okay. Actually, sir, what I advise may first they can able to go with the localized environment. Localized environments, I hope if you have any lab setup, they can able to do experiments on Linux itself. Please, you can able to install one Linux system. Then from the Linux system itself, they can able to test many things. like as IP table is there. IP table is one kind of key command. With that, we can able to avoid many internal attacks there itself. They can able to test through IP table too. Exactly. Exactly.
You all have already shared feedback link, and the feedback link is expected in your specific so that it can get their participation. The link should be active for one of the so then actually how it takes time.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I stand before you today with immense gratitude in my heart as we conduct this enlightening and thought-provoking one-day expert lecture on cybersecurity landscape 2023. It has been an absolute privilege to be a part of this insightful event, and I would like to take a moment to express my heart-left thanks to all who made it possible. First of all, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to our esteemed guest speaker, Dr. Santosh sir, with his presence and shared his wealth of knowledge and experience to ever-evolving landscape of cybersecurity. Your presentation were not only informative but also incredible for us, leaving us with a deeper understanding of the challenges of cybersecurity and opportunity in the digital world. I would like all to acknowledge the hard work of the dedication of Dr. Ajay Shriram Kushwaha, Professor, Shada University, without whom this event would not be possible. Your meticulous planning and attention to detail ensure that every aspect of today's lecture ran seamlessly from the registration process to the technical arrangement. Our heartful appreciation also goes to our HOD sir and the faculty members who supposed to plan bring this event for the end. Your generous contribution played a crucial role in making today's lecture a success, and we are truly grateful for your support. I would like to express our thanks to the participants and the attendees who joined us today. Your active participation and insightful questions enriched the discussion and made this event a valuable learning experience for everyone involved. Last but not the least, I want to thank all the behind in the scene individuals who worked for this event and make this event fantastic. As we are here and now it's the end of session, we are leaving. Let us not forget to listen. We have learned about the importance of cybersecurity in our interconnected world. Let us take this knowledge to apply in the respective fields to protect us, organization, communications, and overlay or ourselves from the ever-present threats in the digital form. In conclusion, on the behalf of the organizing committee, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to each and everyone who making this one-day expert lecture on cybersecurity landscape successful. Your presence and contribution have made a lasting impact, and we look forward to much enriching interaction in the future. Thank you.
I think so. We, so I think that would be part of the we know that people come to and to see that around the people this book, I would like to do three learn what people really and targeted work, and we have been a lot of people and interesting things. With this, I just want to add one thing before we leave. Guys, we are already conducting the Takatuki And the idea to do things and talk, which is on the TikTok of the video. The online links are circulated. Those who are interested with a great idea, the platform is provided to you. The program is scheduled on 15 independent classes. So those who are interested on Friday, please get detailed because this is an opportunity where and I appreciate the great effort in the update program that I did. We were having very interesting ideas that will actually uh, demonstrated very much. And we are thinking that the product will be. Thank you. And thank you all for joining. During the next session, we are all there not really able to connect with a particular thing that we have made a short meeting arrangement for the quick session. And this is how your interested and this session goes to a Thank you and have a great day. So feedback form is already shared. Please fill the feedback form so that it can get stored. I'm again sharing the message. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you, sir.